right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our first ever podcast segment for the Asian Awareness and Perspective Connections magazine blog. So we would like to introduce this new podcast segment to our magazine blog, and that will integrate a variety of topics relating to our monthly themes. So, hello, everyone. My name is Julia Seiko. I am a junior medical diagnostics major and a Spanish for healthcare minor on the pre-med track, and I am the co-president of AAPC. A fun fact about me is I have only owned red cars.
That's actually interesting.
Yeah, I've only owned red cars.
That's crazy. Hi everyone, I'm Anho. I'm also your co-president. I'm majoring in biological sciences and I'm minoring in medical diagnostics. I am a junior as well, and my fun fact is that I'm a certified EMT and a licensed nail tech. So yeah. So I just wanted to start by discussing the theme of the month. This month's theme is New Beginnings. So we're going to talk about what it means and why we chose it. So New Beginnings, it could mean like a variety of things. We're going to talk about like the school year, friendships, lifestyle. You could talk about mentalities. So it's just very broad, but it still encompasses like the beginning of, the school year for us specifically. So that's why we chose it. But yeah.
Yeah, so I guess flowing into it, we'd like to talk about tips on how to better yourself and also what we like to do before we start school for the school year.
Right. So firstly, we want to talk about healthy habits. For me personally, I like a clean, refreshing area. Like, my bathroom has to be spotless. It has to be organized. My toothpaste has to be in the right area. Otherwise, like, I'm going to be scrambled in the morning. Mm-hmm. So what do you think of that?
I am also the same way. I am an early bird, so I start off my day making sure like my bed is made and my whole workspace is like all clean, especially like my bathroom as well, mm-hmm. and my desk. Yeah. I do the same exact thing.
Also, like, you have to keep in mind the refreshing areas, like, it's the beginning of the day and your end of the day. True. So, like, I personally shower at the end of the day, and I just love, like, seeing my scrubs, like, organized in my bathroom. So then I just scoop, and I'm ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm literally the same way.
Okay.
I'm, like, super OCD about it. Like, even if I'm leaving for just one class, I try to maintain my workspace to be clean. Like, I always would, like, look in my room before I leave. Like, I have the door open. I'm like, is everything put away? Okay. Close it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't leave it.
It makes
messy.
You feel so much
better. It's my headspace. Yeah. Like, if my room is messy, then I'm pretty much stressed out. Like, if it's clean, then I'm like, all right, cool. Like, everything is in place and in order. But if it's messy, then, like, I am scrambling all over the place, like you said.
Yeah. Another healthy habit that I like to follow is, like, eating fruit and making sure I'm eating healthy foods, mm-hmm. especially fruit, though. Like, I have to have an apple, banana, or, like, some kind of, like, I don't know, good sugar for me. I always, like, grew up with my parents bringing me, like, plates of fruit while I'm studying or, like, right before karate or something.
Right.
So I always have fruit prepared.
Nice. Yeah. In addition to that, I'm not really, like, starving or ravenous in the morning.
Right.
I do need something in my system. Most of the time, I like to just drink a lot of liquids when I wake up. I have a water bottle right next to my bed, so I'll wake up and just like drink a couple like sips of my water bottle. And while I'm getting ready, I'll either prepare like a hot tea or an iced coffee, depending on the weather and like what I'm feeling like. Like if it's really cold outside and like fall, I'm like iced pumpkin spice latte by
Iced. I like mine hot.
Oh,
I don't know.
I like my iced PSL. I mean, it depends. Like if I'm in a cafe, it's weird. If I'm in a cafe, then I'll do like a steamed like hot latte. Yeah. But if I'm at home, I'll make an iced latte.
Yeah.
So it really depends. Or if I'm like, I have a really dry throat, then it'll be chamomile tea, lavender tea, like hot.
Gotcha.
Hot, though.
I don't know. Okay, so I always have my iced coffees, like, during winters for some reason. But the only coffee exception is my pumpkin spice latte. Like, that has to be hot. But that's just me. It's very weird, but it's okay.
Iced in the winter. I know, okay. Anyway, that was a healthy habit because It's just really consistency, I think. The goal that we're trying to say with healthy habits is to practice consistency. And these are some of the things that have helped us to remain consistent in the beginning of the school year.
Yeah.
Like liquids, fruits, clean workspace. So.
And you said, like, you like drinking water, but I need
Yeah.
to get into that habit of drinking water. So I think we're going to start doing that.
Yes.
Another good habit that I like to keep up is like making sure my shoes are organized and my clothing's organized. I've been putting away all of my clothing, and I've had the habit of like leaving my clothing like in the hamper after I finish washing it. I think I'm gonna put it away, but I never do. So this year we're starting off fresh, and then like just making sure my shoes are either against the wall if I'm like walking in the door, and then I'll put it away in my closet. So that's something I also like to do.
Yeah, me too. I totally agree. Okay, moving on from healthy habits, another thing that keeps me organized at least is my beloved Google Calendar. I have always used a Google Calendar when I started college, and I have like many tabs, one for my social events, activities, different color, another for my academics, and it's been incredibly helpful, like to visualize it with the colors. It looks stressful, but to me, it's more helpful.
No, it definitely is. I also use Google Calendar, and like you said, like I make sure it's color coordinated. Like I have, for mine at least, mine's purple, blue, and then a couple other colors like gray and stuff like that. But my purple one specifically is my tasks for the day, like what classes I have, what meetings I have. If I have to go to work, I put that in my schedule. So those are just scheduled blocks that I need for like my volunteering or anything. And then my to-do list is in blue, but I also put that on my calendar so I could visualize everything I need to go through.
Yeah.
And I really like that. So I could put like specific homework, quizzes, when I need to finish like an assignment by. Always put that in there.
And it's nice because Google Calendars has like little boxes for tasks, reminders, appointments. Like it's not just a box for what you can put for like classes. You know what I mean? Like you can distinguish whether this is for an appointment or a task reminder. Like it's nice, but I try not to bombard it with like many things. It's more of like, okay, these are the time slots throughout the day that I'm available and free. Available and busy, not free.
Oh, that's why I do separate colors so that I can see the differences. Because I know people use different apps, but I like it all in one place.
Yeah.
I could even show you guys. You know what? Julia actually inspired me for like Google Calendar and things like that. Okay. I transferred mine onto iCalendar. But like my purples and blues.
I don't know if y'all can see that.
Yeah, like this is what our weeks look like, and then we just go through it.
So
but hers is legendary, so I don't know.
Yeah, the pinks and stuff, socials, greens, miscellaneous. Like, if you need any tips on that, come to me. I'm really more than happy
she did inspire me
to help you all out with that. Okay.
Right. And then speaking off of that, we're going to talk about Google Drive as well. I definitely make sure that my Google Drive is very organized just so I know exactly where I put different assignments. So I'm not scrambling to be like, oh, did I even do this assignment? Because honestly, my memory is not the greatest. So if I know where, like, what class it's supposed to be in and what day I made it on, it's really helpful. I also put the date on the, like, title of, like, we have for our APC drive. We literally put the date on almost every doc that we make, just so it's easy. We could be like, oh, yeah, we did talk about that Monday, Tuesday, whenever. But yeah, how about you?
I'm still trying to navigate through Google Drive. Like, for the most part, I mean, since I've been a part of, like, multiple executive boards, I've been utilizing Google Drive, like, every day. But I think I do want to start organizing a little bit better like you. Because, like, Google really Calendar is, like, my baby. Google Drive is your baby. Yes. So it's, like, I'm really trying to, like, get better with that.
I color all the folders just to make it pretty.
I don't even know what... Oh, my gosh, you can color the folders?
I'm not even kidding. And then, like, I will have, like applying for things. So all my applications, interviews, questions in there, like, anything I need to prep for, like,
okay, that's helpful.
Work-wise, I really like doing that. I have a clubs folder that has like my personal stuff that isn't in like the shared drives. So I have APC, VSA, different Operation Smile in there. I had like an EMT folder because I did do EMT class. And then I have a general school folder in my general school folder, I have freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year. But
Wait.
as I'm on the year, I take the junior year out just so I can have it immediately there. And then I separate it into fall and spring versus summer because I took one of the courses over summer. So let's say I go into fall.
Oh my
and
gosh,
then
you
I
can
even
color
have it,
them.
Yeah, so I have them all colored.
Wait,
like,
that's actually...
green. I don't know if you guys can see, but...
I'm going to become even more OCD now.
So, like, it's really pretty. I don't know.
That's
Can
so
you pick
cool.
that up, Kayla?
I don't even know. Yeah. Whatever.
I don't know. We'll see. Okay,
well, the gist of it is
it's
that...
green and it's pretty. And
What
then I
the
have each
heck?
of my classes. And then in those classes, like, I'll have, you know, my week 1, week 2, chapter 1, chapter 2.
Man.
And I'll go by date. So I definitely keep Google Drive very
I'm going to
organized.
have to talk to you about that later.
Absolutely. You should do it.
Because I even color coordinate my Canvas courses.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh,
but-
wait. I need to teach y'all this. Okay. Well, I'm not going to teach you this right now, but for the most part, if you are bored, go ahead and, like, change the colors of your Canvas
We
site.
have so many show and tells in this podcast.
I know. Okay.
I think it's
They
funny
need
though.
Oh, yeah, there is a lot of show and tells.
It's okay.
We should
Doesn't
probably...
matter.
Whoops.
If you can't see it, let us know, and then we'll show
Yeah,
you in
just
person.
contact us, and we will have another show and tell with you.
Absolutely.
Anyway, moving forward from
Alright.
the Google
So,
Drive.
like, we had so many different tips and advices, but honestly, these are things that we've learned through our own experiences. Julie and I are, like, pretty similar, but I do want to know, what kind of things did you learn throughout the years, or what kind of personal anecdotes that do you have?
Okay, I feel like I have many, but the most recent or prominent one would have to be my first time living on my own. So this past summer, I had a working girl summer. I'm a medical assistant at a private clinic. I work for an anesthesiologist that specializes in pain medicine. And I would work like full shifts every day, and then if I weren't working full shifts, I would also be shadowing full shifts at the hospital at Christiana Care. And I was all alone. Like, I live in a townhouse with 5 other girls, and they were all working in different locations, and I was the only one living in this big townhouse, like 3 floors, like no one there. My parents divorced. They live in different states. So I was literally on my own, waking up myself like 6 o'clock in the morning every day, coming back, feeding myself. And I think that really helped emphasize a newfound independence for me. I felt independent in the beginning of the school year as a freshman, like coming into college, but living in your own townhouse, like not the dorms, that's like segregated from like that academic community, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and I really felt like an actual adult.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you have any
That sounds
experiences?
scary. I mean, I was just
Like-
gonna bounce off of yours. Like,
Really?
I mean, my experience was different, but I'm bouncing off of yours really quick. Like,
Mhm.
how did you like cope with it? I guess were you just like,
Oh my god.
what did you do?
Like, I thought I would be, in the beginning, I'm like, cool, I'm gonna flow into my new routine, everything's fine, but then I realized, wow, this could be lonely. Like,
No.
I mean, I have friends around, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
I'm social, don't get me
Okay.
I was able to, like, communicate with others and whatnot, but it's like, I'm like an adult, I'm so tired when I come back, and I
Mhm.
wake up early, and then I go to sleep, like, early. And it's like, wake up, go to sleep. Like, you know, it was something that I got used to, but now that now that all my roommates are back living with me, I feel totally fine. Like,
Well,
I thought I wasn't going to be able to adapt since I lived on my own for, like, months on end.
Right.
But-
I can't even imagine the transition.
Yeah, and it just, like, flowed easily. So now I'm pretty good, and it taught me a lot of things. So, yeah, that was my new beginning experience that I wanted to talk about with you guys.
My new beginning was a little bit different. So I'm just going to talk about my first time competing against my older sister. So context, my family, we do karate. Or we do martial arts. We study Tangsudo, Hapkido, a little bit of Taekwondo. So we got a little bit of like a martial arts blood in this,
I have,
essentially.
like, no idea any of those things.
That's
going to
okay.
be another lesson.
We'll talk about it another time. But yeah, so we do karate and we go to a lot of competitions.
Mm-hmm.
We've gotten, not to like toot my own horn or like our family's horn, but like we do like, you know, collect the bags sometimes, you know what I mean? So it's
Right.
okay. But basically, it was the first time I've ever had to compete against my older sister, who's actually 4 years older than me. And, like, it was just very shocking because I just didn't expect it. Whenever we compete, there are different types of tournaments. The one specific one I'm talking about was considered an open tournament. So the way the divisions work is like, you know, you're in your specific age group, your specific belt ranking, and then you're competing against like 20 or 30 kids, and sometimes it is mixed males and females together. But as you get older, I think they like kind of separate the divisions. But in this case, it was mixed. But we both, in our specific divisions, won 3 first places in each category. So forms, weapons, and sparring, right? So we won that. And then, but what we didn't know is that they put, like, the winners of each category or division into one open division, which is why it's considered an open tournament. And then we were competing for the Grand Champion Cup.
So you and your sister were first place?
Yeah,
for one event?
For 3 events in our division, yeah.
Whoa, so you were first place in 3 events?
Yeah.
Both of you?
Yeah, I mean, I said, I like to stay humble, but, you know, like, sometimes, this is the context
Runs in
of
the
the
family,
story.
I guess.
I don't know about that one. But, yeah, so we were put against each other. And this is my first time ever, like, going against her. And I've always looked up to her in karate because she's literally a beast. Like, I kid you not, this girl, like, she could go to, there's, like, these things called NASCA tournaments, but they're like the most intense type of tournaments. She could go to those and she will get bruised up like all over her arm just because these girls, like, they were training hard. Like, they would hit the punching bags and everything. So I was just scared, like, yo, what happens if she wins? What happens if I lose? But what happens if I win? Like, it was just so many different thoughts going through my head.
Because it's like, do you try your best and win?
Exactly.
Or do you
I've always been taught too, like,
hinder
you know,
your
like,
abilities,
right,
or your
like,
talents.
Keep yourself like a little bit lower. It's okay. She is your older sister, so that was a new beginning for me. But my new beginning was basically like I had to embrace a new mindset. Like, I had to go, you know, I'm gonna give it my all. I'm gonna give it my best, and we're just gonna see like what happens. If I don't win, nothing. It doesn't really change anything in our family. We still respect each other. We still love each other. So yeah, it was just very, very different. But, like, yeah, that was my story. It was just very scary getting the anticipation. I just had to take a few breathers in, had to change my mentality really quick. It'd be like, oh, it's okay. And then I drank water before, too, so I would stay hydrated.
Yes, we love H2O
yeah.
over here. Oh my gosh, that was a really interesting story. Like, I've never heard anything like it, like, at all.
It was
like,
so random, too. Like, I just didn't expect that to be one of my new beginnings, just, like, having the understanding that at the end of the day, once you go through a task or something that you need to do, like, you don't need to think about the you do need to think about the consequences, but you don't always need to think about the end results as long as you have mutual respect and mutual, like understanding that everything will be okay afterwards anyways. You know what I mean?
I think that's a great lesson to have.
Yeah.
For real.
All right. Well, at the end of that story, I actually won, but that's it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's all we have to say for this podcast segment.
Yes.
We just wanted to thank you all so much for listening and tuning in. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you guys are interested for the next one, feel free to contact us. And we'll let you know what the next monthly theme will be.
Absolutely. So tune in for next time. We're really excited.
All right.
So this is bye from An.
Bye from Julia.
Okay.
See you guys.
I went to